Hi Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your August 1st to the 15th, 2025 reading for you. Now I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out tremendously, so thank you so very much for doing so. And if you're interested in a private reading, a private personalized meditation, a healing, or a gift card, check out my websites, danehartguidedmessages.com or daneharttarot.com. They're listed in the description box below. Now, before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. This cleanse and meditation will be accompanied by a loud sound. So let's take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds, letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. All right, Pisces, let's see what the tarot has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels. And spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Okay. All right, Pisces, at the heart of it all, is the Three of Pentacles. Okay, so what I love about this, and when I first turned over this card just now, I heard the song Pennies from Heaven. So I don't know if you guys know the song, Every Time It Rains, Pennies from Heaven, but Google it if you don't. I love the song, it's super cute. But here, with the Three of Pentacles, it's embracing prosperity, it's embracing success, it's bounty coming to you in a way that you're like, what, over here? Like, are you kidding me? Like, this? And I don't see it as being collaborative. I don't see it as, having to like go out and connect with other people. I see it as, yes, you might be connecting with other people, but I see it as prosperity really coming to you and kind of taking you by surprise or leading you on a path that you're like, really, this is where the prosperity lies. Now, the challenge for this time is the King of Wands, fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So what I have just realized about this card, I think like one reading ago, is that the salamander is right here, right? In alchemy, the salamander is an alchemical sign of transformation. But if you look at the way his robes are falling, there's a salamander here too, or a kimono dragon, right? It's like this big giant lizard, and there's a sense of change, but there can also be a sense of aloofness. Lizards aren't necessarily the most warm and cuddly of creatures, though they can be. Like my uncle had a iguana, I think so, and like absolutely love that iguana. So I mean, they can be, but here, just be aware that there's somebody who is a bit aloof. Now, they can have a temper. You can know when they're mad. You just don't know when they're happy. So just be mindful about that, because it's not the way you like to operate, Pisces. You have your emotions, and your emotions are out there, right? So just be mindful of the King of Wands energy, where there's somebody who's very strong-willed, very powerful, very intense, but you're not always sure of where you stand with them. And you're not always sure at times where you stand within yourself, within your career, within the way that you want to move forward, what you're passionate about. You kind of be all over the place right now. So just be mindful about that. It moves us then to the area we need to focus on. And this is the Hierophant. And the Hierophant is Taurus energy. I know that glare from that light comes in. The Hierophant is Taurus energy. This is a time frame of April April 20th. I was going to say April 1st, but that's wrong. April 20th to May 20th. And so here with the Hierophant coming in, this is tradition, right? The Hierophant is representative of the Pope in the major arcana, right? Or in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. So there's something about traditions coming in, and it can be orthodox traditions, like wanting to follow some sort of orthodoxy or way of doing things. You can also be a little bit too rigid with yourself, because here your inspiration is coming from outside places. Like, you're going to see things and you're not always going to be following kind of the straight and narrow. So this is also rebelling against orthodoxy, the way that you have to do things, the way that things are said. It needs to be just like this or that. This is going to be really embracing your own path, your own way forward, and saying, this is what my heart needs, this is what my soul needs, this is what I want, but also being very successful within yourself. You are embracing freedom of expression, freedom of ideas, very stubborn energy coming forward that we're focusing on here, that we are opening up the doors to, but we're laying a very firm foundation. And we can also feel very guided by higher energy when the Hierophant comes in, our angels, our spirit guides, coming forward, the universe, our totem animals, however we see it, say it, feel it in this world. That's going to be a guiding force that is leading us. The energy that is leaving us during this time is the Nine of Wands. One battle after another after another. And I'm glad to see the Nine of Wands go, because it's not always fun. It's overwhelming at times. It can be negative. It can feel like, okay, I just finished this battle. Now I have to fight another fight. Like, what the heck is going on here? So do be aware of this. But you're done now. You're done with all the excess fighting and drama. And it moves us. Well, at least you're done. You're done letting it rule you. I mean, people will fight. There will be drama. You can't control that. But you are stepping away, Pisces, from it being such a powerful force in your here and the now. It moves us then to your strength. This is the Queen of Pentacles. I love that for you. I love that you have this powerful earth sign energy, coming forward. Taurus energy. The Pentacles are representative of earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So that comes very strongly here. You're nurturing your prosperity. You're watching it grow. You're watching what you desire grow. You also need to take yourself out of everybody else's timeline and say, that's fine. Like, the world tends to do things at this time. Society says, in whichever society that you're in, oh, we do this at this time, we do things at this time, type of deal. You're going to see yourself stepping into your timeline, stepping into your way of doing things. And it doesn't have to follow convention. It doesn't have to follow rules that, maybe you were even brought up with. Everybody does it like this. No, let me be me. Let me express. Let me shine in my way. The Queen of Pentacles is prosperous, successful, but she nurtures her seeds. She watches things grow. She has follow through. And I don't know, I was talking with a friend and they're like, the hardest thing is being consistent and with the constant follow through. And I agree with that. But the queens, the kings, they have that constant follow through. So just being aware of that energy during this time. It moves us then to our near future. And this is the Five of Swords. This means that we're going to be in a situation we were in once upon a time. And what we're going to realize or need to realize is that we're not the same person. Like, we're not that same person that we were. We have learned so much. And so people are going to come in wanting to take advantage, wanting to, push things this way or that way. And it's like, no, I'm not doing that. So just being aware of this, that this is coming, because you have the repeat of the number 5 here. 5 is a freedom number, but it's also a little bit, I always find it a bit tricksy, a bit like tricky. Like, it's like, it wants to do its own thing, all the time. It's a freedom number, but it's like, I always want to do my own thing. And here it's like, no, I have found my voice, or I am finding my voice, and I'm not falling back to this place where I was less than. And I'm not doing that anymore. It moves us then to our subconscious, not our subconscious, I do apologize, to our advice. And this is the Ace of Pentacles. This is God's source spirit, however you see the divine universe, handing you a gift of wealth, prosperity, success, bounty, abundance, money, or what you value as much as money to plant the seeds and nurture. Who do you have? The main nurturer of seeds being planted, the Queen of Pentacles, bringing forward prosperity, bringing forward success. Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles, represents merchant class. Once upon a time, the swords were representative of nobility. The cups was it clergy? I think so. And then the the pentacles, merchant class, and the wands were representative of working class, right? So here, what you're going to have is you're going to have that prosperity guiding you forward. And there is a sense that spirit is talking to you. Like, I know it might sound funny, but really trust your intuitive self during this time. You're going to lead yourself in a powerful way, right way forward. It brings us then to the environment of this time, which is the Page of Pentacles. So we have the Queen of Pentacles, we have the Ace of Pentacles, a beautiful gift coming in, and then we have the Page of Pentacles. The environment that you're in is one of learning, okay? So this isn't doing the same thing over and over and over again. This is going to be stepping into something where you have to learn more. You have to see it in a different way, learn it in a different way, embrace different skills. That starts to open doors to you. And you're like, oh, what about this? What about that? Oh, I see this. Oh, I see that. You're going to be hesitant to learn because there's a sense of like, my strength is the Queen, right? I don't need to learn anything. But what you're going to find is you're more empowered as this knowledge comes forward, as you embrace different paths, different ways. You're not the same person that you were. So don't hold yourself to old limitations. It brings us then to the hopes and the fears. And this is the Page of Swords, air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. With the Page of Swords, you know, the scarf is pulled up to her mouth. So there's something here where it's like, I'm hesitant of my words, right? We fear speaking what we really want. We fear saying it to ourselves, to others. We're afraid we're always going to be a student. We're never going to quite be as successful, as profitable, as prosperous, as, you know, as aligned with our dreams and our desires as others are. That's the fear that comes through. Now, the hope is to always be learning, always be growing, always be adapting and staying relevant. You know, that's the hope. And you have dual pages here, one of the mind and one of the wallet, you know, pretty much. The wallet, the garden, the growing, the wealth, the prosperity, the success. So staying relevant, staying on top of things is going to be very easy for you during this time. And can be very easy for you as things go on. Very easy might be an exaggeration, but will be easy for you as things move forward. It moves us then to the outcome, which is the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords is the dying away of the old self, the rebirth of the new. But again, just as in the Five of Swords, here you have half of it, right? You have half the knowledge, you're moving forward. Here you have all of it. It was hard earned because the person is pierced through with swords, right? Devastation, the end. But no, resurrection, a new beginning. That is what the Ten of Swords are. I've gained this knowledge. I've had betrayal after betrayal, heartbreak after heartbreak, you know, failure after failure, and I haven't given up because that is the story of life. It is one foot after another when life gets hard, when things get complicated, when things aren't working out the way that we want them to. And here, it's that resurrection of soul. And it's every setback having shaped us, formed us, guided us just a little bit forward until we can see ourselves growing in a direction that is wondrous and powerful and more aligned with our spirit and soul than we had imagined it would be or could be. So we are transforming. Your angels are guiding you. Spirit is guiding you. You are not alone during this time, though you might feel it at points, at moments. Here is you seeing you, maybe for the first time in a really long time, as somebody who can nurture dreams, and one of those dreams being your own. And that just sets you in a whole new direction. It moves us then to our spirit message. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. This is the Osprey. It says your success is now at hand. Allow the abundance to flow through you effortlessly. Allow the abundance to flow to you effortlessly. Take it. Take the gifts. Take the beauty that is coming your way. It moves us to the chakra energy. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Ooh, we have the heart chakra coming in. Play and forgiveness. We do not play if we don't feel safe as human beings. So when has the last time been that you've truly played, that you've truly let yourself have fun and laugh and just joy coming in? Forgiveness. Don't weigh your heart down with everything that has gone wrong. Forgiveness isn't forgiving everybody else. So that's nice. Like, it's nice to be like, oh, I forgive you. That's great. You know, most people who really need to be forgiven, they don't care. They don't care at all. Or who have really hurt us and we need to forgive, they don't even know. But it's forgiving ourselves for being hurt, for being seemingly quote unquote weak. You're a sensitive soul in a world filled with egos and sharp corners and in chaos. So just be mindful about that. It's forgiving ourselves to be able to let ourselves move forward in play and enjoy. Our energy to be mindful of during this time, angels and spirit guides show me clearly, guide this reading, and show me clearly is the one on the floor. Okay, so let me grab that. Is the Hangman. Seeing things differently, not fitting in, and thinking, oh, I have to change, right? I have to change. I haven't gotten it right yet. It's like, okay, you haven't gotten it right yet. That's fine. We're always figuring out how to get it right. Let yourself be different. As long as you come from a place of love, compassion, you do no harm. You walk gently on this earth. You embrace the world with joy and sweetness. You know, in a world that is bitter, right? Bitter and harsh. And you start to look at things differently. You start to look at yourself differently and let that differentness come through. Don't change yourself to be like everybody else. We don't have an epidemic of happiness. Everybody's sitting there and saying, oh my gosh, it's a time of complete joy. I've never seen anybody so happy. No, it is a world that is lost. And yet we have so much more than we ever have. You know, I think of my parents, my grandparents, my great-grandparents. You know, I've known them all. And they had so little, right? My parents had, you know, well, yeah, they had less than I had. And now is the time to see ourselves and say, what do I want? You know, instead of what everybody's telling you, oh, you should have. It moves us then to the osprey, not to the osprey, but to the spirit message. And it says, stay grounded. This is the nuthatch. It says, stay grounded and welcome a new knowledge and perspective coming your way. Welcome that you're seeing things differently. Welcome that there's so much more on the horizon for you. It brings us to our chakra energy, and that's truth. That's the throat chakra coming through. Say the truth. It doesn't mean we have to say the truth to everybody all the time, like those people who are like chronically just tell the truth, because that can be mean. It's say the truth to yourself. Say what it is that you want. Balance what it is that you desire by being truthful and open, letting your voice be heard by you. You can write it down if you want to. You can, say it out loud to yourself in the mirror, but say the truth to yourself. The energy to be mindful of is the 10 of Wands. You're carrying too much. You're carrying too much. It's time to put it down. Let others carry their burdens, right? Look at the burdens that you're carrying and say, okay, how do I tackle this? And then I find it helpful to keeping an alarm on things because I lose track of time. I have time blindness so bad. So here, just being aware of that during this time, like put down some burdens, put down the burdens and look up. Look up at the sun, look up and embrace joy. Look up and just let yourself have fun. For 5 minutes, 10 minutes, let yourself embrace joy. And it will transform you. It will. And try not to speak negatively about yourself. I'm doing a challenge for 30 days to not speak negatively about myself. A friend of mine, he was like, have you ever heard of Earl Nightingale? And I was like, no, I haven't. And he said, well, have you ever heard of The Secret? I was like, yeah, I've heard of that. And he's like, well, he did this thing. He's one of the original founders of The Secret philosophy. And he said that he had this challenge of 90 days without speaking negatively about yourself. And it's hard. You're going to mess up, right? But even when you mess up, it's then turning that and saying, no, that's wrong. Canceling that. Okay, I slipped on my diet, or I, thought negatively about my abilities. That's fine. That's okay. I berated myself. I didn't need to. I love me. I'm moving forward. That type of thing. Or, oh, that really stressful thing that I'm worrying about. Well, what about looking at it this way? Or what if it's happening for a greater reason and I let it go to spirit, type of deal. Our subconscious chakra message is the 4 of Pentacles. So if you want to do that challenge, let me know in the comment box below. We'll do it together. Tell me your experiences. The 4 of Pentacles here is a blockage around the solar plexus chakra, also the sacral chakra here. So it can be that going to a chiropractor can really help, like with those blockages. I know that might sound funny to some, but I go to a Gonstead chiropractor. He'll be like, oh, there's a sacral, blockage, or there's a sacrum blockage. And when those are released, I was like, oh, I got it. I can feel it. It's like an opening. It's like with an acupuncture. It's like an opening. It's like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. And you feel so freed. But here it's also energetically working on just having the light shine through you, going up and down, up and down, up and down. You can be giving too much of yourself, not having clear boundaries. That can be part of the blockages, where I don't have clear boundaries. I'm always giving to everybody else, so my body is drained. And then it is also like the sense of I'm so worried around these areas, around areas of love, and the gut, around areas of trusting myself, but also being able to fully provide for myself the way that I want to. The gut is the second brain, not intuitively connecting. So that can also lead to stress. So just be mindful about that here. Yeah, about that here, Pisces. Okay. All right, Pisces. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time and of yourself. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Pisces. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. Have a blessed day and a blessed life. Bye.